Hello, colleagues. Our team has been working hard this entire semester in order to define leadership as practice. As a group, we have reflected on this term using our own positionalities, readings from class, and our own research. Through our reflections, we identified 3 key themes which we believe strong leadership models need to have in order for an organization to reach success. These 3 key themes are collaborative leadership, empowerment, and transformational leadership. Our amazing team for this project includes Maritza Barros, Asha Chana, and Nora Kerr McCurry. While all of our backgrounds are in education, Maritza and Nora are in higher education, and Asha is in secondary education. Nora works in New Jersey, while Asha and Maritza work in the Boston area. Therefore, we are all bringing different expertise and lenses to our team.
So, the literature about transformational leadership often compares it to the more traditional type of work construct where there is a hierarchical culture. But it's been shown that transformational leadership can be a more effective way not only to engage employees, but to support innovation, creativity, as well as productivity. So, transformational leadership is one where uh, the workers are empowered to lead themselves. It is one where the meaning of work is taken seriously. And again, the literature shows that work meaningfulness has been found to be an important element in employees' work lives, as noted by the authors of the study, The Linkages Between Hierarchical Cultural and Empowering Leadership and Their Effects on Employees' Work Engagement. Work meaningfulness as a mediator. An important role for any leader is to be able to lead change. Transformational leaders lead by example. They need to be perceived as ethical and fair so that they can achieve meaningful change in an organization. Transformational leaders are looking to make sure that the organization can move forward, and to do so, they influence their subordinates' attitudes and behavior. They can do this through communication of ideals and values and through influencing those around them. They will use both their formal and informal knowledge to move tasks forward and are interested in things like employee satisfaction. So, the idea then for transformational leadership is that it can only work when leaders demonstrate integrity, value positive leader follower relationships, and abide by high moral standards. One of the most interesting things that I've discovered through this process, our group work together, when we're talking about transformational leadership and how it is a strength when you have people who are not alike. Transformational leadership in homogenous groups is the title of this slide, and it talks about how when people are too much alike, they're less likely to take new approaches in thinking and they are less likely to advocate for meaningful change. If you want change to be successful, the literature tells us you need employee participation, you need people to feel a sense of ownership, and you need to make the change feel as though it's not threatening. And full participation for people who are not used to working with one another, for people who are unlike one another, can be the most successful because people have a stake in it and they're not necessarily thinking alike. So, out of all of the upside to working together with Asha and Maritza, I would say that we actually showed transformational leadership in action, and the fact that we are not alike was a real strength.
Our group has defined empowerment as the feeling that one's opinions are valued equally in an organization to all other members' opinions. Everyone has something to contribute, and no idea is too small. Additionally, we can all learn from each other. We have different strengths and expertise. Therefore, we are supported, and reciprocally, we support others because we are always learning. By creating an atmosphere of empowerment, individuals will be allowed creative freedom and the opportunities to take innovative risks. When an individual is allowed to grow, the group will benefit. Empowerment is necessary for leadership as practice because the group will reach success when the individual is allowed intellectual freedom. Organizations thrive when there is a shared understanding of the meaning of work and a shared understanding of overarching goals. This is the organization's culture of empowerment. Some organizations set strict boundaries under which employees operate, which is stifling for individual creativity and a detriment to an organization as a whole. Other organizations have more collaborative, looser constructs where employees feel empowered to explore alternatives and enact innovative ideas. In the organization discussed by Fulmer, employees are encouraged to foster and are supported in an environment of trust. When the lowest hierarchical levels of employees feel valued and supported, they will trust others. This feeling of trust and value permeates a work environment so that employees feel empowered to take risks, engage in the overarching goal of the workplace, and are encouraged to share ideas for the betterment of an organization. In Moon Jun Kim's article, Employee Empowerment and Voice is used as a tool to reduce intolerance and discrimination due to race. Kim explains that more often than not, individual employees make judgments about their coworkers based on visible attributes. This may be conscious or unconscious, but regardless, these biases hinder empowerment and collaboration. The research found that teams who felt strongly supported or empowered by their organization and administration demonstrated less discriminatory attitudes. Therefore, the implication of this study encouraged organizations to host in-house social opportunities beyond official trainings so that employees have a chance to meet and get to know more people from diverse backgrounds. In these sessions, team members were encouraged to discuss mistakes, weaknesses, and biases that they may hold in order to troubleshoot these issues. From there, groups were asked how identifying and discussing these obstacles would allow them to improve their ability to accomplish tasks. The focus on individual voice allowed employees to feel empowered in the next steps of the organization and allowed for more truthful and trusting work environment. In this last example of empowerment, the focus shifts specifically to the realm of secondary education. Williams stresses the idea that teachers need to become and be seen as professionals in their field, like doctors or lawyers. This means that teachers need to be empowered to become decision makers in school systems and not just seen as content specialists. This is especially important because it reduces the distance between decision makers and those affected, aka students. As is true in the two aforementioned examples, teachers are individuals who, while being flexible, communicative, and accountable group members, also have specialized talents and skill sets which need to be recognized. When one can grow individually, the group benefits. Williams discusses this model of empowerment in teacher-led schools. He believes that teacher leaders need to meet as a group and divide up tasks among smaller groups. These teams will then evaluate each other and provide each other with constructive feedback. Additionally, if an issue arises, the group must identify the problem, find a solution, and implement it. Therefore, all ideas are welcomed, and individuals are empowered to share rather than solely listening to initiatives created by administrators who are not in the classroom. For anyone interested in further reading or questions from our presentation, we have included our works cited page here. Please feel free to look up the articles or to reach out to us if you have any questions. Lastly, thank you for your time, and we hope that you enjoyed our PowerPoint and findings as much as we enjoyed working together to create it.